Yes, thank
Emmanuel,
you.
welcome. It's great to have you here. Thanks for coming all the way up.
Well, my pleasure. I'll do anything for you, David. You're awesome.
All the way up to North York.
Yes, exactly. I almost got a nosebleed, but I'm
Yeah,
okay.
it's a long trip for a guy who lives downtown.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
So we really appreciate you coming to join us. So some pretty exciting things going on with
Yes.
you. Well, why don't we start with this Oprah thing? Somebody found you, a reporter, I guess, found you
Yes.
as somebody who wanted to be on Oprah,
Mhm.
and you
That's
were
right.
like the only Canadian considered to be in Oprah's last show.
Yes, yeah, it's really exciting. The New York Times featured me, the only Canadian, in this article back in November. And it's called "Who Will Be Oprah's Last Star?" It's, I got the article right here. I'll just like hold it up there, and you know,
So you're in one of those?
Yeah, no, I wish I was, but they
Okay.
actually found me through social media. It's a site called 43things.com, and it's a testament to why social media is amazing. Is that on this site you can post your goals, and one of my goals was to be on Oprah, and I did this several years ago, and I totally forgot about it. Even though I do talk about it in my motivational keynotes and seminars. I completely forgot I posted that, and a reporter for the New York Times found me through there and wanted to interview me about why I would want to be on Oprah. And so I basically told her that movies have saved my life over and over again, and writing my movie blog has been helping me keep a positive mindset and been helping people around the world with my movies that I prescribe for people going through life challenges or career challenges or even financial problems. And so they ended up featuring me. And I ended up being the only Canadian. And I'm just excited. I feel honored, too.
That's terrific.
You know?
So when do we find out? When is her last show?
Well, her last show is next week. It's May 25th. And they're keeping it a secret. Even producers are keeping it a secret to Oprah herself. So
even Oprah doesn't know.
Yeah, not even Oprah knows. So you know, I believe anything can happen. I've kept my day clear just in case.
Just in case.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, in the end, I love sharing the story to motivate people. To just say, you know, if you got a dream out there, if you want to be on Oprah, it's still not too late. She's got her own network. So you know, keep believing.
Sure, sure. Now, so how did you get into this whole the movies thing? Like writing a blog about movies and prescribing movies to people. That's interesting. Better than typical antibiotics you get.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well said, actually.
Or Valium, maybe.
Yeah, this is, you know, writing my movie blog started about 4 years ago, and it came at a time when I'd already discovered the power of movies, and in terms of keeping my passion alive during difficult times. In the year 2000, I went through a really challenging period where my work had stopped coming in for whatever reasons. I lost my sense of purpose, and my father passed away without any warning. So that was a really dark year. And it was movies that kept me going. Movies like Groundhog Day helped me to just get out of bed and face the day. Movies like Jerry Maguire starts off with him going through a breakdown, but it was his desire and passion for writing a mission statement that got him out of his depression, and it inspired me to write my own personal mission statement. So these are some of the tools that I now speak on, whether it's through my keynotes or seminars, or my blog, which I write every Wednesday and Sunday, and just share other movies that continue to help me, like the movie Pursuit of Happiness has helped me.
Which Howard was talking about before.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, you're talking about movies and inspiring and motivating, and I know in business, whenever I'm kind of in a rut or feeling a little bit, you know, not functioning to the capability I have, I watch Rocky.
Oh, yes.
And I watch every time Rocky gets hit in the head and blood pouring out, and everybody keeps coming back and fighting more, right? And I said, you know what? If Rocky can keep doing that, I can keep doing what I'm doing.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
I'm just thinking about your idea there, how movies inspire people and get people going and recharged up. And I I've never thought of it that way, but
Yeah.
now that you bring it up, it makes a lot of sense to me.
Yes, well, I love that you use Rocky as an example to help you get excited. So what else does it do? How does watching Rocky make you feel better or change your mindset?
Well, I even remember when I was a kid and I walked out of Rocky the first time, I'd go into the bathroom and start wanting to hit everybody, right? And something about that movie, the music in it, the fact that the character is a real underdog and they build him up,
Right.
just always makes me feel strong. It makes me feel like I'm capable of doing things.
Yes.
And, you know, I watch that movie maybe once or twice a year.
Oh.
You know, another movie I really liked that inspired me was Brian's Song.
Oh, yes.
You know, it was an incredible movie.
Yeah.
What would be, let's say, if you were really, really down and you wanted to watch a movie that would get you back charged up again, what would
Oh
you
my
pick your first
gosh.
one?
Those are the questions where it's like, choose, you know, out of your children, which one is your favorite child?
Or you can name 3 or 4.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
You know, one of my favorites that I love to recommend to people in terms of a motivating movie is Rudy. And it's based on a true story. Rudy Rudiger wanted to play football for the University of Notre Dame, but he was this short guy. And everyone's saying, you can't do this, you can't do whatever. And his grades weren't that great. But he persevered, and it took him years. But he found ways to get into the school and to just get on the football team. Like you're watching this and going, and you'll think, wow, this is impossible, but he's actually doing it. So Rudy's showing that the impossible is possible, and that even though it takes years and he's going through a lot of pain, you see the pain that he goes through, it can show you that you're not alone in your pain, you're not alone in your struggles, that if you have a dream, that you can achieve it as well. And a movie can inspire you to do that.
Blindside was a nice, very nice football movie too.
Oh,
also,
yes.
with Sandra Bullock.
That's right. Also based on a true story. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fabulous movie, how he went from rags to riches.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think she discovered what his skill was. He had this protective instinct. Because when they first put him on the football field, he didn't know what to do. But after there was a car crash, when they saw him protect her son from flying out of the car or whatever, I guess somehow she realized that he had this protective instinct.
You talk about the movie Pursuit of Happiness, and that. I mean, that was one of my favorite movies of all time. But I every night on New Year's, I put that movie on and let my kids watch it. And what I try and explain to them is there's one line in that movie that says, Will Smith said to his son, he said, you're going to have dreams in life, son, and don't let anybody tell you those dreams can't happen.
Yes.
You make sure you make those dreams happen. Some type of form of that, right? And now my sons always talk about that, and they've developed that into their life where they're saying, you know what, like my son just made a select baseball team.
Yes. Yeah.
And I said, you had a dream, and no one's going to stop you. And I think it's from that movie.
I think that's inspiring because it's something that I always recommend to people too, is that you did a nice movie night, with your family, and that don't you find that showing this movie, The Pursuit of Happiness, not only inspired your family, but it bonds you?
Sure.
Brings you together, and
we'd always talk about it. They even will go online now, and they'll check out certain points of that movie because so much is ingrained in their head. They kind of want to refresh themselves when they're having a tough day, so they'll look at certain points in that movie.
That's awesome. How old are your kids?
I have an 11-year-old and an 8-year-old.
Okay, and you watch it like a movie like that together?
Every New Year's Eve. We've watched for the last 3 years. New Year's Eve. That's our New Year's Eve. We put that movie on. We order in some food. And we all watch it together.
You gotta have the food.
Exactly. You need the food. It starts the New Year's off on the right foot. So I think it's very, very smart what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
So, Emmanuel, now are you turning? I mean, you've written hundreds of these movie tips.
Yes.
Are you turning it into a book or something like that now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a dream come true. I've written the book, and it's based on my blog, Movies That Motivate. There are over 50 movie recommendations that I have in there that can help people reignite their passion and drive. And these are movies that I know, as a testament to myself, have helped me through really challenging times. You know, the death of my father. They've helped me through severe career transitions, and even going through a bankruptcy. You know, movies like Eat, Pray, Love. You know, how Elizabeth Gilbert, based on a true story, had to go through a divorce, had to go through losing her money, and for me it was a mirror for losing my home, having to give away all my furniture, and putting the rest of whatever I had into a 5x5 storage compartment. And a movie like that helped me to stay positive and move forward. And so that's one of the movies that is in the book. And so people can read through this, whether it's like a guide of 50 movies, because I'd love this to go to movie lovers who are going through life challenges and career challenges, and just look up their favorite movie and look at these movies in a whole new light, in a new way that they can use the movie heroes to show them that they can overcome their challenges.
Right. Well, I know, Emmanuel, you're a very courageous guy, because you know the story you just told us. You actually, I don't know if you blogged about it, but I know that you communicated what was going on in your life all through this time. And
that's true.
Yeah, you went through a lot. And
yeah. Well, thank you. I mean, that's one of the reasons why the New York Times loved my story, is that the reason why I would be on Oprah is because I would share that movies saved my life. Writing my blog was cathartic and saved my life. And that during that period, I was blogging every Wednesday and Sunday, even when I was just in a room with my laptop and no furniture, that I was staying positive. I didn't say the word bankruptcy, but I was sharing with the world and my readers that I'd given away my furniture. I'm staying positive. Here's the latest movie that I just discovered, and I would get responses from around the world. Again, why I love Facebook, I love LinkedIn, and I love Twitter is that I would share every Wednesday and Sunday what the latest movie that Motivate is for other people. So,
what is the website for the movies? I know you have for your keynotes and different things. It's motivatorman.com.
Well, motivatorman.com.
Right.
Anyone can go straight there, and it'll take you to my blog, and it'll take you to other fun videos that I have. I love doing videos as well to share. And even this, you know, I'm going to use the power of social media and share clips online to share the value of what I'm saying, and even like your movie recommendations, your movie nights. I'm a big component, or at least advocator on getting people to do movie nights with their families, and then I want to share that, you know, and of course promote you, because this show's going to be hot.
Thank you.
Do you recommend what type of popcorn to use as well?
I love back to the basics. You know, I'm not into the extra, you know, flavored this, flavored ketchup that, or whatever.
Yeah,
but hot buttered popcorn.
You still put it in the microwave?
And I prefer real.
Do you like make it on the stove?
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I used to do it when I was a kid. Like, we had this pot that was like all burned at the bottom. We pour oil, and like we just do it on the stove.
Yeah,
and, like,
back
that
to
was
the
the
basics.
old-fashioned way.
Or that one that had a was like a round circle and had a top over, and you lift up half the top.
But does that ever work? I mean, like, does
Half
it
of them
always
would-
catch fire?
Half of them would be black.
I think it's supposed to catch fire, and like that's the way that one works.
No.
Yeah. So when is the book going to be out?
It's my target is September. I'd like to get it out sooner, and I'm just excited about it because part of the book too is teaching people how to watch movies in a whole new light, because it really is just a mindset. It's like this, what I call this lens, where you know, the half glass empty, half glass full expression is about whether you're a pessimist or you're an optimist, right? And so it's really about the switch of turning on your optimistic mindset. And so there are tips in it on describing, you know, basically why it's important to say, step away from your problems. You know, when you're trying to solve a problem and you just keep coming up with the wrong solutions over and over again. I mean, your mindset's locked, and there's value in taking a long walk, taking a warm shower, or watching a movie, because you've got to step away. And sometimes the best ideas come from when you're taking a shower. I don't know for you, but certainly for me. And when I watch a movie, it changes your mindset. It opens it up so that you can allow to see your problems from a new perspective.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah.
It's fun. I wanted to cut him off for a second because I was once at a business seminar, and this gentleman was talking about the greatest ideas he ever got with regards to his business and how he became successful was in the shower.
Ah, yeah.
He says the hotter the shower, the better the idea was. So if the shower wasn't on, it's something about when the body gets warm, the brain.
What was the idea? Do you remember the idea?
He was a very successful guy. He was in the cosmetic business. I don't remember everything, but the way he was distributing and got it all going and everything. All these ideas came up when he was saying it. So when you talked about that, it just made me think about that.
Faster way to move the soap, I guess.
Yeah. So tomorrow when you take a shower, make sure you have it right to the
have a pad and paper right there, or some sort of recorder, and
yeah. Just not plugged in.
Oh, that's right. I was going to ask you, David. Do you have a favorite movie that motivates you?
You know what movies I like to watch? I like to watch Woody Allen movies. Like I like some of his classics, like Annie Hall. And I was watching last weekend or the weekend before on. Sometimes Hannah and her sisters. He just gets into the crazy relationships that people have, and plays on the weird thoughts and things that people do and things that people think about, and he kind of brings them to light and pokes fun or makes tragedy out of them, and but they're all so real. They're based on real things that go on.
And do you find that is it the comedy, is it laughter that helps you feel better, or like how do you feel afterwards when you see those movies?
Well, it's just rich, it's just rich, and it makes you feel like it makes you to be able to not take things so seriously, like the things that go on in life. You learn to take them not so seriously.
Yes, so that's cool, because it's like you've got these DVDs or favorite movies that instead of taking any sort of medication to make you feel better, you've got these DVDs, these Woody Allen DVDs.
Yeah, the medication doesn't hurt too once in a while. the movies are good too, for sure. No, I love getting away, and it's nice, especially if you can get a night out with the family, or to go away with, to get out with somebody,
do your own
escape and.
That's right.
And be inspired. Yeah, it definitely helps you to step back from things, and see the big picture.
That's exactly it. I love what you said about escape, because that's such a key word. Because when I come across individuals or even readers or people that I'm talking with in my keynotes, they want to escape, and sometimes they don't give themselves permission to just step away from their problems. And yet it's so key, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, listen, problems aren't solved overnight. And sometimes when, we're like thinking all day long, like about a problem, you need to step back. And, as long as you take the right steps toward dealing with something, but it can't happen instantly, generally speaking.
But movies certainly can help. They can help you snap out of your mindset and help you escape. And
So, Emmanuel, tell us about these keynotes that you do. If people want to hire you for some keynote for their company or whatever it is, what do you offer?
Well, they can contact me for my keynote seminars and lectures on my movies that motivate themes through motivatorman.com. And it's what I love doing is just sharing movies that can inspire leadership, that can inspire people going through career transitions, that can, movies that will help people going through life transitions. And, my dream is to travel around the world and visit Italy and Paris and, these places that I've only seen in movies, connect with other movie lovers, and eat the delicious food. I mean, movies and food, let's just make this clear, are my top passions. And to be able to meet other movie lovers and discuss movies over delicious food is one of my goals. My other offers as well is talking to university and college students because they're going through a transition into the real world, and I want to be able to arm themselves with the idea that their favorite movies can help motivate them, that they can follow their dreams, that not to worry about the money, make sure that they're doing something passionate, and to be able to, inspire these university and college students is I love doing that.
Yeah, terrific. Any final thoughts or words before we wrap up today?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to share that the book is a dream come true. It's based on my blog, Movies That Motivate, and that it does share personal stories, like going through bankruptcy, like dealing with my father's death, like going through my career transitions. Yes, the book, because I wanted to share these stories as well as the movies, specific movies that helped me overcome those challenges and the depression, and have people know that they're not alone. That they have this book and they can read my story, know that they are not alone, that they have these other movies that are listed there, over 50 recommended movie tips, that they can watch at any time, and that they're going to make it through whatever problems that they have. And that's my dream, is that this book is going to help millions of people around the world.
Well, good luck with that. I believe you will achieve your dreams, Emmanuel.
Oh, thank you.
Guy who's unrelenting and focused on doing what you love.
Yeah, thank you.
So very good example.
You know what? It's people. I have to say, it's David. People like you that have believed in me for years, and I would add to movies and food is people that believe in you. And so, thank you so much for having me on your show today. It's an honor.
Well, thank you very much, Emmanuel Lopez, motivatorman.com, and Howard Kamin. Thank you very much for co-hosting today.
Thank you for having me on.
We will see you next time right here on Kiosk Toronto. Thanks for joining us today.